Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the return of our favorite spin-off show, which is now back with its final episodes until mid-November, Fear the Walking Dead. That's right, Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 made its return with a new episode today on AMC and AMC Plus. I just got done watching it, really liked it. Before I get into all that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Fear the Walking Dead by Season 8, specifically Episode 8, I believe this was. No, I'm sorry, Episode 7. This was Episode 7 of Season 8. You don't want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. So first and foremost, it was so great, as brief as it was, and kind of backstabby with what immediately followed. But it was wonderful seeing that reunion between Victor Strand and Madison Clark after all these years. You know, it dawned on me that these two hadn't seen each other since the halfway through season 4 when Madison supposedly died at the stadium. So he hasn't seen her since, and I'm sure it was shocking, beyond shocking for him to see her after all this time. But of course, immediately fell into old habits, which was lying to people about not knowing her, because it seems like he was willing to do absolutely anything to protect his new identity and his new family in this hotel that he's found refuge in. And he also seems to be a brand new man altogether. Like, Victor's gone through some redemptive things over the course of the show, but he always falls back to his more darker side as well. But it seems like this time he has truly made a full redemption circle, if that makes sense. Because it feels like, now he is finally, a changed and truly better man, because he seems like he has a loving husband, a great kid, just overall lovely family that seem to love him and he loves them. So I'm curious if this redemption arc will stay with Victor for these remaining few episodes, because we don't have many left. I just hope the series ends with a satisfying conclusion for not only the ending of the show, but endings for each respective character as well, including Victor. I want to see him either get a happy ending or a satisfying ending, something where, he remains good, basically, and he doesn't fall back to his darkness again like he has pretty inconsistently throughout the show. I also really enjoyed, I was surprised, although it feels like they kind of revealed it a bit prematurely, but perhaps they did it so that it wouldn't get leaked or get out before the show dropped. But I guess they brought back psychopathic villain Troy Otto from Season 3, Forgetful Season 3. They brought him back as the final baddie of the show, which kind of makes sense because he was quite the nasty psychopath that Madison and her family went up against. I could have sworn he was dead after taking a couple of heavy hits to the temple with a hammer, but I guess the worst that happened to him was losing his eye. So he does look pretty cool, though, I'll admit. But it seems like, he's just out for good old-fashioned revenge, and him and his people want what Madison is trying to build at Padre, which is a home. So, of course, it seems like Madison and her allies, which include Strand, his family, and their people now, are going to go up against Troy and his little army for the rest of the season. Which, for the record, is fine with me. It's a pretty simple storyline, easy to follow. Sounds like it's something that'll bring all of our characters together one more time and fight a truly despicable, nasty villain like Troy. I don't remember the actor's name, but he did do a solid job in that performance, and he's continuing to do a solid job in this episode as well. I also liked how, ironically, it was Daniel, of all people, who stopped Victor from getting his head bashed in by Troy when he appeared with one of Troy's men as his captive, and he saved Madison and Victor, along with June and Sherry joined up in the little army as well, which was great. So I liked seeing that. This overall was a great episode, a big improvement from the past couple episodes, although I did enjoy Morgan's episode quite a bit. But I know the first half of this season had some kind of iffy episodes, but this episode was a great return, solid return, good storylines for the characters to set us up for the rest of the series as to what we can expect in terms of this new conflict and this particular new story that they're telling. So I enjoyed it a lot. I like seeing Madison and Strand reunite. I like seeing them bond over their past what's the word I'm looking for? Not misgivings, but mishaps and missteps that they have both taken. Because I liked how Victor was trying to defend Madison by saying, whatever you want her for, she's not the person she used to be. And I think he was projecting a little bit of himself outwardly as well, saying, I'm not the guy I used to be either. So that was an interesting touch. But overall, I really liked the mid-season premiere of this show, and I'm looking forward to its remaining episodes. It feels like the time is right to end the show. I mean, I wasn't too surprised or heartbroken when they said this was going to be the final season. Honestly, it's time. It feels like, it's time for it to come to an end. And I'm satisfied with what I've seen so far. So I'm hoping for more satisfaction as these final episodes roll out. So what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments section. Fear the Walking Dead is back with new episodes dropping every Sunday on AMC and AMC Plus. Make sure you're staying up to date with the show, as spoilers will be dropping from here on out. So thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.